I'm live all by myself right now, waiting for some people to log in. I'll hang out for just a sec, then I'll start jabbering here. So it's Wednesday. Still Wednesday, I guess. It's getting kind of late. And tomorrow at 10 o'clock, let's see what time it is right now. Going to the official Skeeter time here. And the official Skeeter time is about 10 minutes to 10. So I'm prepping for Descend on Bend. Last year about this time, I had spent 4 or 5 days completely going through the Syncro, getting it ready to go for Descend. Rear wheel bearings, exhaust, water pump, flushed the cooling system, upgraded the headlights to some of the Go Westy HID headlights and relay kit. Skid plate, axles. Haven't left yet, Jordan. I've actually been cranking out paying jobs. I just barely delivered my last paying job about an hour ago. And then I pulled the Syncro in. I've got just a couple things. I'm doing an oil change, and then I had to figure out a short on my my temperature switch for the gauge. So I got that sorted out. Changing the oil right now, and this thing's a mess right now. So I've been organizing, and you won't be able to tell it, but show you what we got. We got some stickers here we're taking along with us to give out. I got my CDs. Yes, I still have CDs, still listen to CDs. I'll just walk around, show you guys what's going on. So tomorrow's Descend on Bend. It starts at 10 o'clock. I'm actually driving to Boise tonight. I got to run home and grab a few things, get a haircut, pack my bags, and then I'm peeling out of here. I'm going to make it to Boise tonight or tomorrow morning, hook up with some friends. So if you guys are in the Boise area and you're driving to Descend tomorrow, hit me up and caravan with us. We got at least, I think, 2 other vans in Boise that I'm hooking up with. But as you can see, I've got the oil change going on. Got a little Castrol GTX, Bosch filter, got my sleeping gear. We're going to be eating really good. We got all the food groups covered. Let's see. Yeah, Jif peanut butter, chips and salsa. So that's good. Oh yeah, the good stuff. Let's see what else. We got the bagel food group covered. A little bit of organic Dave's Killer. I don't think that's Dave's, but one of those good ones. We do have some good stuff. I got some original superfood here, pepper jack cheese. And then just in case, I always pack my 30-day food supply. Got the Max Tracks. Recently used these yesterday, actually. Got stuck in a ditch at the house, goofing off when we were irrigating the field. And of course, inside here we got all the essentials. We got the breakdown kit. We got a hatchet. We got the Bowie knife. I'll tell you guys a quick story about this. This knife right here. Yeah, GTX Castrol's where it's at. So this knife right here I have actually had since I was about probably 9 or 10 years old. We were down in California at Disneyland, and there was a knife similar to this in the knife shop there, back when you could actually buy knives at Disneyland. And I wanted it pretty bad. We found this one at another store outside of Disneyland, and we were at a Mexican restaurant having dinner. And my dad bet me that there was a mason jar sitting in the middle of the table as a centerpiece for the table, and it was full of jalapenos, and they were in some type of pickled juice. So he said, "Look, you want that Bowie knife? If you eat every jalapeno in that jar and drink the juice, I'll buy you this knife." And so this is actually a Coleman Western, which I guess they're actually fairly collectible nowadays. So that's always here in the van. And then I got this old hatchet that was my grandfather's. So yeah, I joke around when we go to Disneyland now. I can tell you where every bathroom in Disneyland is. Like at any given time, I can point you to the closest bathroom in the park. And I joke that I learned that skill the day after I ate all the jalapenos for that knife. So other things we got going on here, we got an extra rear axle. I did just crawl under the van, check out all the axles. I got all my camping, just stove, different odds and ends in here. Got my old mess kit here. Yeah, very Paul Hogan. Actually, believe it or not, that was right about the same time as Crocodile Dundee. And then I would take this thing with me to, campouts. And I did the classic, "That's not a knife," Paul Hogan was kind of my hero there for a while. Still is. Anyways, a couple long sleeve shirts. This is my shower. Drop that in a 5-gallon bucket. This is a knife, that's right. Towel that hasn't been washed this year yet. Pillows, blankets. I got my poncho over here. Got all the camera gear here. We might shoot some video. Spare tire. I currently don't have my roof rack on, if you noticed. Roof rack is not on, so I'm packing everything inside. I'll give you guys a sneak peek if we cruise over here real quick. Walk away from the van just a minute. I'll give you a sneak peek. All 5 of you that are watching right now. So this is an aluminum rail. You can see there's another set right in there. These are like an aluminum roof rack that I'm working on, and my original plan was to have this rack built and mounted before Descend, but it did not happen. This stuff's expensive, and the rest of the pieces and parts that I need to put it together I just didn't have the cash to get it done in time for Descend. So I'm working on a roof rack system that it'll be flat. It's not going to have a basket. It'll just be the side rails, and they're all aluminum, and then some crossbars that have little slots in them where you can add different fasteners and whatnot. But yeah, working on that. So hopefully the next couple months I'll get going on that and get it finished. Probably at least got to have it finished before our Christmas tree video, so we can shoot our video with the new rack. Up front, totally organized up here. First aid. Got a solar battery charger. Got a survival straw here, life straw, in case I got to drink my own urine. And just odds and ends. But this year, as far as this is a cool. Back in the day, I kayaked a fair amount. My little brother actually bought me this knife as a way to cut myself loose if I ever got tangled up in my boat. I don't kayak anymore, but I added that knife here. I'm kind of a knife. I'm a knife nut. I got this little guy here. This is a Mora. I actually won this in a raffle at Between the Rivers gathering earlier this year. I got my Dirty Tin Cup here. Shout out to my buddy Chase from BTR, the Primitive Skills Groups. Chase puts on a class on building these Dirty Tin Cups. I actually made that just rolled it out of tin steel. Another little knife that one of the blacksmiths made up there at BTR. I need to get working on a better sheath for that. This is pretty weak. So that's it. I wasn't able to find a date to BTR, or excuse me, to Descend. So I'm soloing it. So this is the bachelor pad for the week. So it doesn't have to be super organized. I got to hit the house and grab my. I'm not taking an awning on this trip. Yerba mate in the yeah, for sure. I use the heck out of that cup. I really do. I've got that cup, and then I've actually got. Oh, in fact, just reminded me, over here in my fridge, I've got one of my Descend cups. Better take that with me. One of my Descend on Bend little tin cups. Better throw that in the kit. But yeah, I used the heck out of that tin cup that I made. But I don't have the roof rack on, so I'm not taking an awning. I may take an easy up, because every once in a while you get rain up there, and This is in Lapine, Oregon, just out by Hole in the Ground. I am going to take my Adaroom tent on the back from Bus Depot. It actually goes on the rear hatch, and I love that tent. It encloses the whole back of the van here, gives you a whole bunch more room, and it's actually kind of nice at night to just leave the hatch up and sleep with it in there. And it also becomes my shower. That submersible pump that I showed you just goes in a 5-gallon bucket and then actually shower back here behind the van. So really when it's just me, I don't need the tent on the side. I can pretty much get everything done just with this tent here. But if you're in Boise, I'll be there in the morning. Hit me up, shoot me a message through YouTube here, and maybe we can hook up in the morning. And I'm not sure what time the guys that I'm meeting in Boise are heading out in the morning, but supposedly we're heading out fairly early this time this year. And as far as Descend on Bend prep this year, it was grocery shopping, an oil change, a short in my in a switch for the temperature gauge. I mean, I didn't really. This thing has been almost daily driven the entire year. Indiana, that's a bit of a drive out to Descend for sure. I know there's people coming from a long ways away, a lot farther than I'm going for sure. But yeah, this thing's been daily driven and driven pretty hard for the last year, with really no issues whatsoever. So yeah, thanks Paul, thanks for the shout out, bud, on Indiana. Or I guess I gave you the shout out. I don't know what I'm saying. It's late, I've been working. I was here till 11 o'clock last night, trying to get a project done. Finished it up today. Hey, daily driving them's the only way to go, you know. The nice thing about this van is, honestly, where I've been daily driving it, I was due for an oil change. That's the only thing I had to do. I feel really confident. I mean, I did crawl down on the creeper, roll around, just check all the axles, make sure everything looked good. But I mean, I'm ready to go with this thing, you know. So if you daily drive them, you don't really have a lot of prep for a trip like this. So good on the tires. Yeah, tires are good. If that's what you're asking, I guess you're asking if my tires are good. I'm actually, these tires are getting a little old, and actually the treads, probably at 60%. It's better than 50 for sure. I do have my spare just in case. I've got a decoupler on this van, so my spare is actually probably a little bit better tread than the tires I'm running, because I haven't been rotating it in. Yeah, so dry rot. These are BFG commercial TAs, and it's probably hard to see, but if you look in here between the lugs, you can actually see there's a little bit of cracking, but not really dry rot. I'm told that this cracking in between the lugs is kind of normal just from the tire moving so much. But yeah, I think I'm 6 or 7 years on these tires, and I'm getting close. I'm probably going to need to get some new ones maybe next year. But yeah, not bad. I mean, it's actually done pretty well. I've been rotating them around, but the spare's not an all-terrain or not a commercial TA, so it's actually some other off-brand, and I don't ever run it, so it's brand new. But hey guys, I'm gonna close it down for the night. I just figured I'd do a quick while the oil's draining, I would do a quick walk around video and a shout out to Descend on Bend. I did this trip last year. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend this particular get together. The guys that put it on are really cool guys, and a lot of the people that show up are really cool people. And I made met a lot of cool people and made some good friends over there. So thanks for all the comments, Paul. And hey Edgar, what's up, buddy? There's Edgar. Edgar always checks in on the live stream. But right on, Paul. Right on, Edgar. Looks like there's a few other of you on there. But you guys all have a good night, and cross your fingers for me. Hey, Steven from Pennsylvania. Right on. You guys all cross your fingers for me. Say a little prayer that I make it out to Oregon and back. It's about 12 or 1,300 miles. And I'm actually, hey Jordan, what's up, bud? And Suska, something like that. I'm not sure what that username is. Hello. But I'm punching it out tonight. I'm going to do the Boise stretch tonight. That's about 4.5, 5 hours in my Syncro. And you guys, yeah, like I say a little prayer for me, cross your fingers, and hope this trip works out good. I'll try to put together maybe a short little video of some of the stuff going on. My video last year was just kind of a slideshow, but maybe we'll try to do something a little different this year. Anyways, guys, have a good night, and we will catch you later. Thanks, Paul. Good night, Edgar.